Good morning. We got a nice sunny day. We caught just a little bit of rain. We really missed all of this. We had a tenth is all we've gotten, and I think that's total over the last couple of days. Tenth of an inch. My customer that I was talking to yesterday with the red combine that we rode in, he had 3/4 of an inch the night before we were there yesterday. Gosh dang it, we can't catch a break around here, but that's okay. It's a non-windy, or at least not as windy. There's a little breeze, but it's not bad. Nice sunny day, and the fields are dry enough we can be on them. So we're going to spread that lime pile that we've got across the road, and we've got another one down the road. That's today's plan. Brock is here. He's running the ripper down the road there. We'll talk about that tractor in a little bit here, but yeah, it's just another day, just like any other day. Let's keep going. Couple of modifications we got to make to our spreader to go from fertilizer to lime. Removing this shield is one of them. We've got to adjust our flow divider gate. Oh, we're gonna have to clean that off so I can see. That needs to go back to nope, wrong way. Oh boy. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to clean it off a little bit. About there. We had to get this pushed back so the lime falls better on our spreaders for lime. And we gotta open our gate up. And we gotta open it up quite a bit, like to 10 inches. Oh, sorry, I'm not paying attention to my phone, my camera. I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. Come on. Not enough. More. 10. Okay. Here's our lime pile. It's a little wet from the rain, but I bet if we dig down in there, yeah, just a couple of inches, it's nice and dry. No big deal. So this was a new pile they brought, the last of it. This one's been sitting here for a while. It's got a crust on it, but we'll break right through that. And it's dry too. That should break up, no problem. So we're gonna get all this spread out, and then we've got actually 2 more piles down the road that we're gonna do as well. This is the same lime that we have been spreading, the high cal lime, so all our settings should be right. We'll verify stuff, but we gotta get the spreader loaded up, and we actually gotta do the field right across the other side of the house there where our double crop beans were. Good enough. I could put more on there, but we're going right across the lane. I don't need to take it super clear full. We're not going very far. We can come back and reload. Okay, let's go start spreading. There you can see how far our 1/10 of an inch of rain penetrated the lime pile. About that far. The rest of it's dry. Okay, let's go spread. All right, so we had to get our monitor set up here. There's a few different things that we actually have to change. Number one, we got to be in the right field. We got to tell it what product, and we got to select the right script. And because we already did some in this field where there wasn't double crop beans, we had to go back into our work list and find the existing coverage map. That's what's done. This green area up here needs done, and then the rest of the red and the orange areas in the back. So that's what we are going to do yet. Then we had to put in our scale weight. Into the rate controller, but we also needed to go in and change our product from potash to now high cal lime, which brings in our settings that we had in there previously, and our 60-foot spread width, spinner speed, and product density. And then we go to the bin and we tell it that in bin 1 we now have high cal lime instead of potash, and so that yeah, that's all of that stuff. And then we go back to home, we turn our spinners on, which they are. Engage our auto steer, which we're going to do the boundary here and cover the outside of the field. We hit our foot switch, and when we get up here to the green zone, it will automatically kick itself on. Black and green are not real contrasty, are they? Right there. So now it's spreading. There it is. Okay, let's see how fast we empty it. Quickly, as this is a very high rate. Very high rate. 5,200 pounds to the acre. 2.6 tons. My gosh, that's fast. That's cool. Seeing our cameras. It is just pouring out there. That's crazy. All right, cool. Well, it's working. Doing what it's supposed to. Well, it would appear we're gonna make one round and have to go reload. That's a lot of lime. So back to our zone right there. Yep. Well, there it goes. That is impressive. Cool. Alright. Look how fast that belt's turning. That's with a 10-inch gate opening. That's putting product out. We're running 11 miles an hour, putting 5,200 pounds to the acre of lime on. That is impressive. It's not empty yet, but it is close. We made an extra pass. We made 3 passes. We won't make it back up to the front, but actually we got a little to do in the back. We'll go do that and spread it out, and then we'll go reload. Well, there's 32,000 pounds. All right. This should be enough to finish this field because we've got the heavy stuff done for the most part. I guess we got one round through there. Yeah, this should finish that field. And then we can get the rest in the spreader, hopefully, depending on how much is left in there. We've got one more field to go to with the high cal lime. So it goes quick when you can spread it out in 3 passes. I need you guys to do something for me. Everybody take your hand and put it right up above your head and catch the joke that I made yesterday, please. I mean, some of you, come on. First of all, I made a joke about how excited we were for the college football playoff rankings. That's what I said yesterday. I made no political comments other than to say, yeah, the election results are probably more important than the college football playoff standings were. That's it. So if you're gonna stop watching my videos because I made a comment about a political thing and saying that the election was important, by all means. I have not told you, I have not insinuated, I have not given any political opinions, one party, candidate, or the other at all in any of my videos. So get over yourselves. Second of all, if you are so petty that you can't watch a YouTube video of somebody that may or may not have a different opinion than you, come on. What is wrong with you? That's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm not talking about politics. You guys are the ones that put it all in the comments section, not me. I don't say anything about it. I'm smart enough to know that my opinions don't matter to you and yours don't really matter to me. I'm allowed to have my opinions just like you're allowed to have yours. And that's fine. I got no problems with it. So get over yourselves and just enjoy the farming content, please. Anyway, sorry about that. We'll move on now. We've got this field basically done. We still got a fair bit in our spreader, which is good-ish. I need to be able to get everything that's on the ground there into it, though. So there was a small sliver up here on this pass that was in the high rate zone, but it was not enough for the spreader to kick on. We're gonna go manually kick it on so that it spreads it and use up just a little bit more, and then we'll go reload and go do the last field. Well, shoot. It's now gonna go, and we are gonna be significantly overloaded. That's okay, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. We can get this one last bucket load in there and call it good enough. It's not a very big pile. 2 or 3 bucket loads is all. But it ain't going on that spreader. I don't think I need it for the field we're going to. 1 spreader load was supposed to be enough. We're gonna use this up regardless down there. I don't have any more fields up here at Waldron that need spread with the high cal lime, so we're just going to use it up somewhere. We'll probably just spread it out in here. I went and got some lunch before we headed out with this load because it was lunchtime and I'm not in a big hurry. In the process, I drove past the other 2 fields that we've got to do with the mag lime, where the mag lime is piled. Supposed to have 2 loads, there's only 1 there. I was told the second one was dumped a week ago. So that's frustrating. We may go spread the one that we got, but we're not going to be able to finish it today like I was hoping to and take the spreader to Berkey. Dang it. Alright, so we've made it to our field here. This is our new farm. And, oop, wrong way. That's what we got to spread, the yellow there. So just the 1 zone, crossed it. We'll, should use up most of the spreader doing that 1 zone though, so that's good. Now, you will also notice there's a Ranger over there. It's not a Ranger, I don't know what it is, but it's not a Ranger. And, over on the other side of this field, there's a backhoe, a pickup. They're over there through the dust. That is our tile guy. You'll also see a few white flags out here, maybe. It's really dry this fall. They're not busy, and so we kind of approached them and said, hey, can we get this field tiled? Like, the plan was to go back into beans and then wheat and then tile it when we have time after wheat stubble. This was just normal operating procedure. We don't very often spread, tile in corn stalks. But the opportunity is here this fall, and so, yeah, I think we're actually going to go through and go ahead and get this whole farm tiled up, which is awesome. It will make it much more productive. So they're out here surveying, finding some of the existing tile lines, and trying to make a plan of, how to tile it, direction, slope, size of tile, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to go ahead and get her done this fall. Now, we were going to come and spread this anyway because I want to get this lime used up, but doing it before this field is full of tile lines is also a big plus, so I don't have to bounce over them and to get it spread. I do still need potash on this field. Unfortunately, that's going to be a few days at least, or a week before we can do that, so we might have to bounce over tile lines anyway to spread the potash, but we'll at least have the lime done, and we've already spread map on this field as well, so 2 out of 3 is better than 0 out of 3 or 1 out of 3. This is like what are we at? 2,600 pounds to the acre, so not near as heavy as that last stuff. In fact, about half is what that 1 zone was. But it still uses it up pretty quickly. It'll be close. We might have to just turn the section control off and let her run for a little bit just to get it empty, because I don't want to take any back with me. I don't have anywhere else to really spread it, so, or need to. I don't have anywhere that I need to spread it. A little over application of lime isn't really going to hurt anything. We'll probably turn our rate down if we do that, but yeah, it'll be fine. It'll bank in the soil and keep us from having to apply any for longer. Alright, well, we finished our zones and we've got about 9,000 pounds left in the spreader, which is more than I was hoping, but that probably is right for what we were supposed to have on this field. So I set the rate to 1,000 manual, and we are just going to go ahead and spread it. Maybe, if I can figure it. There it goes. So we're just going to spread it at 1,000 pounds the acre, half a ton, until we run out. We'll do 9 acres. It's no big deal. As far as our tile project goes, we've got a big catch basin right here that's going to be one of the outlets. There's actually probably going to be 3 different outlets on this field. Problem is, there is a major fiber optic cable running along this road that I hear is about 4 or 5 inches in diameter. So we've got the flags out where we need the utilities to come out and mark everything, because we're not going to be responsible for that one. The tile contractor tiled along this road somewhere else not too long ago, just down the road a little ways, and he said when they were digging along the road, they had the utility guy out, or whoever was in charge of the fiber optic, and he made them dig by hand, and Yeah, you do not want to cut a fiber optic cable, let's just put it that way. Digging up the old main, tracing it, figure out where everything goes and what kind of shape it's in. Yeah, well, those guys are chasing tiles. They're mostly just trying to locate the existing tile that are out here, because some of them go across the line into the neighbor's field over there, and we can't just cut them off. We aren't actually going to save any of the tile that are out here. They're all old clay. That one that they dug up there was cracked in about 4 different places. Now it's still in decent shape. There was maybe, 1.5 to 2 inches of dirt in the bottom of that 8-inch tile, so it's got some dirt in it, some stones and stuff. There must be a blowout somewhere. There was. It's no big deal on that front. But there's just not enough in here and in the right spots to be worth saving. We're gonna basically run a main right along the road over there, and then come through and tile everything every 30 foot, whatever direction or angle makes the most sense, right up to the line over there. So we'll cut through basically everything that's out here, all of the old clays, and just abandon them. And then the ones that are coming off of the neighbors, we've got to tie into the new system somehow. And the smaller they are at the line up there, the smaller the tile that we need to replace it. So like that was an 8, but if it's only a 4 at the line, and we don't have a bunch of other laterals and stuff tied into it, then we can probably get away with putting a 4 or a 6 out to our main, and it'll handle the water flow. But that's above my pay grade. That's what the tile contractor is for. They will take care of it, and I don't have to do anything. So anyway, we got this done. We're gonna head back to the farm, probably load up that little bit of calcium lime that we got left and just spread it to get rid of it. And then we'll see if we can go do our mag lime or not. I got to get the tractor down to the other field where the pile is. I talked to the guy that I'm getting it from, and he said he'd have the other pile to us tomorrow. So we'll get there. All right. I got our pile cleaned up here. Pretty good. I'm happy with that. I cleaned up some of the leftover stuff over there, the potash that had lime mixed in it and stuff. And then I kind of rebuilt the pad because we got another load of potash that we got to get delivered there yet. So I scraped it up real good. And then layered in a little bit more of that lime, and we dumped all that stuff in here, because with our gate opening being 10 inches for lime, we can get a lot more trash and stubble and, the crap that doesn't go through the spreader when you've got fertilizer in there and a much narrower gate opening. So that's what we've got. It should spread out okay. Probably won't be perfect. There's a little bit of potash mixed in it. It'll be fine. Let's just get it spread out here. We're just gonna go out here. All right, well, I got that done. I gotta wait for somebody else to be here, because we gotta take the tractor down to where the pile is, the loader tractor, and then come back and get the spreader. So Phil was hauling some corn into to Montpelier, I think, to the elevator. So he must be getting ready to start corn bins, and yeah. Well, anyway, he should be back in a little bit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Look at truck. Like I said, he'll be back soon. We're gonna take the loader tractor down there, and he's gonna pick me up. We'll come back and get the spreader. All right, we made it down here to the field. We've got our spreader, we've got our loader tractor, and we've got our lime pile. Now, up to this point, all of the lime that we have spread on our farm has been high cal lime, or calcium lime, or high calcium lime. That is not what this is. This is a different type of lime. Now, it still has calcium in it, but this is mag lime, or magnesium lime. It has got more magnesium in it than our high cal lime does. And so we have certain areas in our fields, generally where we have lower CECs, a little bit coarser textured soils, that instead of using the high calcium lime, we need the mag lime because our magnesium levels are too low. And so that's what this is, and that's what it is designed to fix, is low magnesium and pH. It also will still raise the pH of those spots. And so you got to put the right product on for what your soil tests call for, and that's what our soil test calls for in a few spots. Now the problem is, this stuff comes from a lot farther away than the high cal lime that we've been doing. So our trucking costs to get it here are a lot more. This stuff is more expensive for us. But it is what it is. You got to use the right product that your soil test and your soil is telling you that it needs. That's what we've got. So Usually we use mostly high cal lime because it's cheaper and it's good for most of our soils where we need to raise calcium levels. But there are spots where we have to use this mag lime. 2 loads is all we're getting of it this year. So it's not like we're doing a lot of it. We've got the 1 load here. The other one should be here tomorrow. For the most part, it looks the same. I feel like maybe it's a little bit wetter and wants to ball up for me. So we'll see. I mean, it kind of sticks together some. But I think it'll spread about the same. Our rates, I have to look at the scripts in the tractor there, but I think the rates are about the same. So we're going to leave the settings on our spreader the same. We might have to play with the bulk density number to get the rate dialed in just right, but let's load her up. Well, we shrunk that pile quickly. Got a spreader load. All right, so we have 3 fields that are getting some of this lime. We have a zone back over there, we have a zone across the ditch, and then we have a zone in a field across the section over there. We're going to start over this one on the east side of the creek here. That's our zone. Doesn't look like a lot. 2,200 pound rate. Doesn't tell me how many acres are on this one, but we should get that one done pretty easily. So we'll do that. So we've got our new product set up, the mag lime, but we do have to go in on the spreader side and add a new product here for mag lime. All right, well, you can see it spread. You can really see it when it hits the leaves that fell off the trees in the field over there. It kind of comes in waves a little bit, and I thought maybe that was a spinner speed issue. It's not a spinner speed issue. They're all staying the same. It's the chunks falling off the belt, and there's not anything I can really do about that. So, not chunks, just, you know, just kind of, you get a big, yeah, it is what it is. It's lime. It's not that critical. 2,200 pounds is our rate out here. Now this field got chicken litter spread on it, so we have not spread any fertilizer on here, and we aren't going to, other than obviously the chicken litter. So we've been waiting to do the chiseling down here, the ripping, until we got this lime spread. So now that we're getting this done, this field can be done. Same thing with the other 2 fields. They are all ready to go as soon as we get this spread, and we've just kind of been waiting for it so we could do it. But it's what it is. So I'm trying to get make sure our rate is right. Our scale says we have 17,750 pounds. Rate controller says 17,312. So we're off by a little over 400 pounds. We need it to apply more, so we have less left in the spreader. So we need to lower the density number. So we're going to come in here. Instead of 77, let's try 76. Try that. Make another round and see how they match. We gotta make a match first. 17,740. 17,740. There we go. Now we can do it. Alright, so we made, I think, 3 more passes since that last clip. Now it says 13,996. Basically 14,000 pounds. 14,040. That'll do. That's close enough. All right, we've got enough room to put the rest of this in the spreader, so we're going to go ahead and load this up, and then I think we'll go do that other field that we've got that's kind of on the way home, and then when they dump the other load here tomorrow, we'll come back and it'll all be in this field, so that'll make it a little easier. Perfect! We got our spreader loaded, and the pile is used up. Well, somebody's about to not be very happy with me. I'm sorry, man. I gotta do this. This is Deer Hunter's truck. I don't know if he's in his blind right there or if he's back in the woods somewhere, but yeah, I'm gonna do this anyway. Again, just the one zone here. Ignore that little finger. We used to farm that. We don't anymore. It's a food plot for the hunters, and it was a pain to farm anyway, so just the yellow zone. Should have enough in the spreader to do it all. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Yep, he's sitting in a tree over there. And I'm sure he's not real thrilled, but if I was sitting in that tree, I would rather watch the tractor going back and forth across the field than looking for deer, you know, in the trees that I couldn't care less about. So I feel bad about that, but hey, the farming's the priority here. We've got to get this stuff done when it's got to get done, and now was the first chance that I've had to do this, so now is when it's going to happen, and there's a pretty good chance we're here with the ripper tomorrow, so it is what it is. But we made it. Not by a lot, but we made it. Cool. Alright, well, that's going to be it here, so we don't have any more line to spread until they deliver that other load tomorrow. We're going to take this back to the farm and probably call it a day pretty soon. Alright, well, cool. I see Phil's loading the truck up again. He's going to core all the bins, so a lot of times when you're loading the bins up, the fines, broken corn, ground up stuff, or whatever, foreign material and stuff, it's either going to, well, the fines are going to accumulate in the center of the bin. They're going to kind of build up in there, and it restricts airflow. The cob and pods and the beads and that kind of stuff all float to the sides. But basically, you want to pull the centers out of those bins, and it kind of pulls those fines and some of the foreign material out of the bins. It allows airflow better, so we can keep them cool. Corn doesn't spoil over the winter. We still had some fall contracts to finish delivering on. I mean, we got everything in the bins, so it's all good. But I think he had maybe 7 or 8 loads that needed to get hauled in yet to fill the contracts. So he was just going to do that, coring the bins here and getting them ready for winter. It's a little after 4 o'clock. I don't have a ton of time to work on stuff or get into a big project, but we can get this conveyor out of here and work on cleaning up the seed warehouse a little more. My floor sweeper is broken. This tire is not being held on correctly and it fell off and we got to fix it. So maybe I'll work on that so I can sweep up all the wheat that I got laying all over. All right, well, we got our boxes folded up, our conveyor's out of here. Those bags all need to go down to Dad's wood shop. He uses them to collect the sawdust from his planer, so they're all going to go there. And we can start cleaning up and organizing the floor a little bit. Some of my insulation's starting to fall down. I need to get steel up, but more so, well, I mean, if we can roll some fiberglass out, I think we can solve some of that issues. And I was concerned that the fiberglass would fall down, but that stuff's been up there for almost a year and it hasn't fallen down. So I think we can roll a bunch of that out and get the steel up as we can. Anyway, right now, we're going to fix this thing. The snap ring here didn't hold. I don't know if the groove is worn or if it's just the snap ring is sprung a little bit or what, but we're going to try and fix it. Well, it seems like this groove here is no good. That's going to be a problem because our snap ring won't stay in there. So how are we going to hold the tire on? That's what we got to figure out. But this goes on here and let's see. It's driven by this that goes on the motor at the top there. That's the electric drive motor. The other one here fits around this slot, which drives the rotary brush, the front side brush, and then obviously the gears to drive the main brush. And that's all fine. That all holds in there just fine. The problem is it needs that little snap ring holds all of this stuff together, and when this isn't in place, it allows this tire to slide off that shaft, which allows these gears to not mesh with these gears, and then it doesn't work. That's a problem. Well, so that's how all that stuff fits back together, I guess. But we just don't have a deep enough groove for our snap ring to stay in place. So I either try and cut a groove for a snap ring, which seems difficult freehand, or we try and find something other than a snap ring that will go on there. Yeah, what do we do? In a very predictable outcome, I put it back together and put that snap ring back on, and it promptly fell apart again within, 5 minutes of me using it. So, yeah, I'm going to have to fix that. I don't know the best way to do it. Really, it needs a new shaft for that. I don't know if I could get parts very easily. Might be time for a new floor sweeper, a better one. I mean, that one's really nice, but it's not that great. I mean, it could be much better, better built than what that one is. But they're kind of expensive, and I already own this one, so maybe we should just fix it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to throw all these bags in the back of the truck, take them down there, get that cleaned up. We got a few pumpkins left. I don't know what we're doing with these. Anyway, little bits at a time. Pretty soon we'll be having to get seed in, so we gotta get this done. I kind of walked away from this one without wrapping it up. Forgot. Anyway, cleaned up a little more in the seed warehouse, and that was about it for the day. So thanks for watching this one. Have a great night. If you would, hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what the plan is for tomorrow. We should get that last load of lime, get that spread, and then hopefully take the spreader to Berkey, and maybe we'll work on spreading fertilizer down there. Might go see some seed customers that direction. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's kind of what's going on. We should keep the ripper moving, if not something else. So I don't know what Dad's plans are, but maybe he can do that. I don't know. He might be helping with the tile project though too. So anyway, see you later. Have a great night.